So, how is it possible that so many companies are creating these generative AI technologies that are completely revolutionizing the tech industry, creative media, and the endless other industries they touch? And how does all this artificial intelligence actually work? Now, I've that family and friends that lately are asking me things like, what's going on with all this AI stuff and how does it even work? And I'm like, wow, how long do you have? So let's take a look at different types of generative AI that the public has seen spring to life over the past couple of years, how they work, their significance in shaping the future of technology, and how we can use this AI too. Let's go. Now, imagine you're drawing, but your pencil is a computer that knows billions of pictures and can help you draw what you're thinking of. That's kind of like generative AI. They're smart computer programs that can make new things based on what they've seen and heard, like chatbots for conversations, text-to-image or image-to-image for creating pictures, text-to-video or image-to-video for creating videos, and text-to-music or even voice-to-music for creating music. It's like having a magic box that turns your words and ideas into almost anything you can think of. Imagine you're talking to a robot that has read almost every book in the world. That's what large language model chatbots are like. You can ask them almost anything and they'll chat with you using all the knowledge they've learned. The CliffsNotes shorthand explanation of this is they use a predictive algorithm based on millions of conversational examples they've studied, as well as the multitudes of information and data they've been fed to predict the most logical output of words in response to what someone has said or asked. Companies like OpenAI with ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, Microsoft's Copilot, and Google Gemini are leading the way, making chatbots that can help with homework, answer questions about the world, help you write software, code, or a resume, or just chat for fun. With generative AI images, it's like telling the computer, draw me a picture of a dragon wearing a golden crown. And then it does. These AI programs learn from lots of photos and art to make new images from your descriptions. These AI models use techniques like generative adversarial networks and diffusion models to generate these images. There are some similarities between the various methods, as well as some differences too. In a nutshell, generative adversarial... that sounds great, huh? Generative adversarial networks use a generator to create images from some random visual noise, aiming to then produce data indistinguishable from a real-world image. Then a discriminator evaluates these images and tries to distinguish between real image data and fake image data, and then refines that process over and over to make the best image it can based on the prompt it was given. Diffusion models basically generate images through a process that starts with a pattern of random noise and gradually shapes it into an image by getting rid of the noise and refining things along the way to eventually come up with an image that, based on its training data, is considered to be what was asked for in the user's prompt. Midjourney, Adobe Firefly, Leonardo, Dall-E, and Stable Diffusion are just some of the examples of awesome tools that are getting really good at this, helping artists and designers, and even people like me that can only draw stick figures, come up with new ideas and create new content. Generative video is similar to making generative images, but for videos, with the main differences being in terms of computational power and the extra programming it takes for a generated video model to understand the dynamics of movement, motion, and continuity. Also, these systems have higher demands in terms of what the model can remember, because now it has to generate potentially dozens of images for even a short clip, and each frame has to make sense in relation to the previous one. For the end user, they describe a scene and the AI creates a short video clip of it, like, make a dragon wearing a golden crown flying above a castle. It's like having a mini movie studio inside your computer. Companies like Runway and Pika are experimenting and getting better and better at this, allowing people to create custom videos without needing a real camera or actors. The biggest star to hit the scene in early 2024 is Sora from OpenAI. I'll get back to them in a bit. Generative music is where you tell the AI, make me a pop song that sounds happy, and you can dance to it. And it composes some music just like that. These AI tools learn from listening to lots of music and notation, and are also trained on additional things like melody, harmony, rhythm, and sometimes instrumentation. They use all that information to create their own tunes. Apps like Amper Music, Ava, Moobert, Suno, and SoundRaw have gained huge followings, helping almost anyone become a musician, even if they can't play an instrument. We can almost think of generative AI as like a computerized superhero or digital jack of all trades of sorts. In business, it's like having an assistant who never gets tired of helping with ideas or writing emails. In hospitals, it helps doctors understand diseases better, sometimes with super detailed pictures, and in compiling information from lots of different sources in mere minutes instead of hours or even days. In movies and games, it creates amazing scenes and characters just from descriptions. And for artists, it's like a new kind of paintbrush that can create any art you can dream up. So the great part is, imagine the computer program that can make a movie just from a story you tell it or a short description. Recently, scientists made a generative AI that can turn your bedtime stories into little movies. It's like telling stories around a campfire, but the shadows on the wall turn into real characters and scenes. This is a big deal because it shows us that soon anyone can be a movie maker or music star with just their imagination and a computer. So, while generative AI is launching a new era of creativity and efficiency, like almost at warp speed, it's not without its challenges and limitations. It's only fair that we look at some of the shortcomings, downsides, and imperfections of generative AI to have a balanced view of this revolutionary, game-changing technology. And where the biggest issues surrounding generative AI involves the ethical and legal concerns. As AI systems get closer and closer to producing content that looks and sounds just like human output, questions arise about copyright infringement, consent, and the originality of AI-generated content. The lines between human creativity and AI output are downright blurry and pose significant challenges for copyright laws and ethical guidelines. Generative AI can also be used to create deepfakes, misleading information, and other forms of deceptive content, posing significant security challenges. The potential for some people to misuse AI technologies to spread disinformation or engage in fraudulent activities highlights the need for really good security measures and laws for ethical guidelines. While generative AI can produce content at an unprecedented scale, the quality and authenticity of this content can sometimes be all over the place. I'm sure some of you have used some of these apps and found out your mileage may vary. AI-generated images, music, or communicating with chatbots can lack some of the depth, emotion, and nuances that come from human creators. While AI systems learn from vast amounts of data, if that information contains biases, their AI-generated content will likely reflect some of that. That can end up perpetuating stereotypes and unfair representations, particularly in AI-generated text or imagery. We found that out in a big way in February, with Google's Gemini image generator creating historically inaccurate images, you might say, of certain people and characters, to the point where they had to take it down for a while so they could figure out where the train went off the rails, so to speak. Ensuring fairness and accuracy and mitigating bias in AI models can be a tough challenge that requires ongoing attention, training, and refinement. What a lot of folks are concerned about is that relying heavily on generative AI for things like content creation, research, and common types of work could lead to a kind of dependency that might squash some human creativity and innovation and could erode traditional skills in writing, art, and music composition, as the nuances that people bring to these crafts might be overlooked in favor of efficiency, as well as the concerns some people have about certain jobs being lost if they're shifted to AI. The training and operation of large AI models also requires significant computing power and resources, leading to a large environmental footprint due to energy consumption and related resources. As generative AI technologies become more widespread and easier and cheaper to use, their impact on energy usage and carbon emissions becomes a growing concern around the world. As AI models become more and more complex and capable, understanding how they generate specific outputs and what's really going on under the hood, so to speak, becomes more challenging. The fact that data scientists who've created many of these AI technologies don't always know exactly how some AI models arrive at some of their output and decisions can make it difficult to control or predict the content produced by generative AI, leading to unexpected or undesired results. Balancing the benefits of generative AI with ethical considerations, quality assurance, security, and environmental sustainability will be key to navigating the future of AI-generated content. In the next 5 to 10 years, these smart computer programs are going to change how we work and play. As we look towards the horizon, generative AI is not just a fleeting trend, but a foundational shift in the tech landscape. Businesses will use AI to come up with new ideas faster than ever. Movies and music that would take months to make now could be done in days or even hours. This means more cool stuff for us to watch and listen to, and it also means people can spend more time being creative or with family and friends, and less time on a tedious, boring stuff. Generative AI is like a new friend for the whole tech world, helping us do things we never thought possible. For instance, OpenAI's advancements in language models have revolutionized how businesses interact with data, automate customer service, and generate content, projecting a future where AI assists in more nuanced and complex tasks, potentially reshaping industries from education to software development to legal services. Similarly, Google's DeepMind is making strides in AI research that could redefine healthcare and scientific discovery by predicting protein structures, a task that could accelerate drug discovery and save millions of dollars and years in research. Looking ahead, the trajectory for companies like Adobe, with their Firefly generative AI tools becoming a part of many of their major products, suggests a more level playing field for designing creative work, making high-quality visuals more accessible and reducing the time and cost associated with content creation. This trend signifies a much larger shift, where generative AI tools let individuals and businesses do more with less, and boosting innovation by removing a lot of the technical barriers. Financially, the cost savings from automating routine tasks and leveraging AI for creative and analytical work can be significant, so companies can shift their resources to other strategic initiatives. Moreover, generative AI's ability to generate vast amounts of data and insights can drive innovation, enabling companies to explore new products, services, and markets that previously didn't exist for them. The rise of generative AI presents an exciting paradigm shift. By enhancing human capabilities and creativity and opening new avenues for innovation, generative AI is not just transforming the tech industry, it's setting the stage for a future where the potential for what can be created and achieved is boundless and may just reshape our world in ways we're only beginning to imagine. Generative AI is transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, weaving its capabilities into the fabric of our daily lives for study, for fun, for work, and for profit. These tools are getting easier to use and more available to everyone. So let's quickly talk about how you can play with this magic yourself. Here's how. For work, you can use chatbots to practice speaking new languages, to get help with your homework, or do research and get organized at work. Imagine Sarah, a marketing specialist who uses generative AI to craft personalized email campaigns. Instead of spending hours brainstorming and writing, she inputs her campaign goals into an AI tool, which generates engaging content tailored to her prospective customers. This not only saves her time, but also increases her engagement rates, driving more sales. Similarly, architects now employ generative design AI to explore more sustainable and innovative build-in designs, significantly reducing project timelines, costs, and environmental impact. For study, John, a college student, leverages AI to summarize lengthy academic papers, making study sessions more efficient. He inputs complex scientific articles into an AI summarizer, which condenses them into key points and themes, enabling him to learn concepts faster and more thoroughly than ever before. This technology is also revolutionizing language learning, allowing students to practice conversations with AI tutors, getting instant feedback and personalized lessons anytime, anywhere, like Duolingo or Babbel on steroids. For fun, with generative image and generative video tools, you can create your own comic book characters, sports car concepts, or rocket ships just by describing them. In February, Google stunned the creative world with Sora, which is generating some of the longest and most realistic generative video content ever seen so far. Here, Emma, an amateur artist, uses text-to-image AI to bring her fantasy landscapes to life. By describing a scene in words, she collaborates with her AI tool to create vivid artwork that was once beyond her technical skill level. Additionally, gaming is evolving with AI-generated content, offering game creators and players infinite, dynamic worlds that will respond to their actions in real time, making each gaming experience unique and immersive. For profit, Dave, an entrepreneur, taps into generative AI for creating custom music tracks for his social media video content. Without any musical background, he inputs the mood and genre he wants into an AI music generator, receiving professional quality tracks for his own productions that he also sells to YouTubers, influencers, and podcasters to use in their content. This has not only opened up a new revenue stream for him, but also levels the playing field for content creators of all kinds, allowing creators with limited budgets or skills to access custom assets that elevate their work. What kind of business would you want AI to help you build? Is there an AI tool you'd like to see us cover on how you can use it to create profit? Let us know in the comments. These examples really bring to life the transformative power of generative AI, making it an invaluable tool across many aspects of our lives. By automating the mundane, enhancing creativity, and offering personalized solutions, generative AI is not just a technological advancement, it's a catalyst for innovation, enabling people to achieve more with less, and for exploring new horizons and new possibilities, to seek out new life and new settlements. Oh, sorry, wrong show. So, what are you waiting for? The new era of making things with the help of generative AI has just begun, and it's going to be an amazing adventure. We're going to be covering so many things that are coming up in the world of AI, so make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest developments and to be a part of the community. And if you want to see a deeper dive into when Sora burst onto the scene, watch this video here about Sora from OpenAI and the amazing videos it's creating from just simple text prompts.